Hey everybody, this is Jerome from Tapped In Academy, back at you again with a weekly breakdown for US30 and Gold. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, let's go ahead and start off with gold here first. We're going to look at our higher time frames real quick. Let me get a little bit of this cleaned up here. We'll go ahead and get to rocking. Because we have a pretty interesting narrative. We already know about the Iran-Israel situation with the bombs. Whenever there are wars, typically we see US30 go up, down. We typically see US30 go down, and we typically see gold go up. It's that simple. So pretty much what we're going to be looking at on gold is finding areas for that it could possibly pull back to that are areas of internal liquidity, maybe some lower time frame externals. And then we want to see it make a bullish change of character after doing that and start making our buys after that. So let's go ahead and look at our daily. For example, our daily, we barely have closure, like body closure up above. But even with this sector right here, we have nice bullish structure. Okay. Looking at this here, we do have this order block right here that we could pull back into, mixed in with this weekly fair or daily fair value gap. So we could pull back to that and then make a run for the this wick up here, which would be pretty interesting. And then we also finally on the weekly, finally had a break on the weekly consolidation that we were in. We were in this consolidation since April. So yeah, complete cheeks. But we are finally out of it. Now looking at this here on the 1 hour as well too, we got a good bit of whatchamacallit. Let me get rid of this real quick. We got a good bit of fair value gaps here. We got this. We got this, which has already been tipped into. So I could see price coming down here, taking out this liquidity and providing a false thought of sells. A lot of people start hopping in those sells here, thinking that it could target these lows, which it possibly could. But it ends up making a bullish run instead. I want to see it come down to maybe here. It could take this low here and then make a bullish change, but nevertheless, I want to see it come to one of these two zones and make a bullish change of character, and I'm even more excited for the buys. All right. Now, US30, let's go ahead and talk about it. We're going to look at our daily time frame as well too. Now, when it comes down to these war things with US30 and indices, typically they're bearish. So with that being said, we're going to be looking at primarily sell opportunities. You feel me? We have a nice big bearish engulfing here. We could see a pullback into this area. Let's look at our 4 hour real quick. Yeah, we already got a nice pullback here. Nice standard structure. Real nice. Hopefully we get another pullback into maybe the zone here, 42, 334. And then get another, low time frame bearish change of character. And literally just continue on with sells. I would be targeting these lows all the way down here, and then if you're in sells, make sure you're taking profits at these lows as well too, around the 41,850. You just gotta be careful. Just gotta be careful around there. You don't want to get greedy during these time frames and it's just gonna run forever, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? So just make sure you're taking proper partials and just go from there. Now with US30, let's look in a little bit more in depth here. Yeah, it even has a reversal pattern like right here that I like to see. Where we're making a nice push up right here. We have a mitigation candle found. Then we had closure below this mitigation, and that gives us a bearish change of character. All right. Now with this part, when it pulls back, I want to see it either bounce off of this or off of this high for continued sells down. Okay. It's already done that here for this situation, which is nice because it even gave a retest off of SMA and then broke down through. So maybe we could come back into one of these opposing candles, like maybe this bullish candle like at that zone, or this bearish candle at this zone, or maybe even this mitigation candle at this zone. So ultimately a pullback in that zone I would like, but it has to make a bearish change of character in the low time frames before getting into sells. All right, because when it sells, you have plenty of room, you know what I mean? So there's no need to start rushing and try to like FOMO in and thinking that like, oh, it's going to be a short trip. It may be a fast trip, but there's a lot of room for the trip. All right, you got to think in abundance, not in scarcity. That's pretty much what I'm looking at here on these two. If you guys need like more in depth about that reversal thing that I just showed you right here, you can send me a DM at Tapped In Academy or at king_of_Rome on Instagram. And I'll send you a link where you can sign up and you have that set up and you can watch the video and ask me questions and pretty much go from there. But if you guys need anything at all, like I said, reach out to me or Alpha. We're always here to help you out. But until then, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.